Oh my gosh. So, in the same trip, this was 3 days before I got my seat stolen by some sea lions. We just arrived on an island. We were staying in like bungalows that were like beachside. And so we went snorkeling. It was the first time I'd ever gone snorkeling. And so they said, I'm also not a very strong swimmer. Like I could swim forever. However, I can't like swim distance. I can go in like circles and like screw around, but like, I can't like swim like a mile. But anyways, so like we're trying to swim from our island to the next island. Not inhabited. It's not like a habitat island. It's like it was a small little island that the sea turtles lived on, and so we're all trying to swim over to the sea turtle island. And I got about halfway, and the waves are wicked when it comes into islands, like ocean waves going onto a tiny island while you're snorkeling. Awful idea. You have to have some good lungs, which I also do not. I think my voice, you guys wouldn't know this because I'm streaming and I have so many filters on my microphone that I sound loud. I am not loud. I'm not loud at all. I can't project anymore. I don't have the lung capacity to be able to do that. Back then, I still didn't have the lung capacity to be able to do that. So like, I'm constantly like coming up for air, down, up, down. And it got to some point where the waves got so bad that it was like flushing the snorkel I was using with water, and it was basically like flooding me, filling my lungs with water over and over and over again. Like I'd come up for air, cough up a bunch of water, and like I'd just like start swimming without the snorkel, and then I'd get flash, whatnot. So I started basically drowning very lightly. Like I was getting enough air that I wasn't gonna die, but like it was not great. And at some point I got pushed under with water. I had goggles on. I could see all this that was going on. I was getting disoriented through all of this. And I got pushed under, and I saw a couple of sea lions swimming, and I was like, oh, that's really freaking cool, while I'm also panicking. And then I felt something nudge me into this, like into my shoulder. And then it kept like nudging me up and up. Like I kept getting nudged back up to the surface. I got air, and then I'd get washed back down and nudge me back up. And it kept pushing me up and over, over and over and over again. And it was like, after like a few minutes, it got me close enough to shore that the waves weren't killing me. And I looked, and it was a freaking sea turtle. It was just this big old sea turtle that kept ramming into me, moving me. And it was so freaking cool, actually. And then he just up and left. He was probably so sick of my crap. He's like, this human does not deserve to be in the water. Like, get rid of her. And so I came up. I gave him back my snorkel. I said, I do not need this anymore. I was like, I'll keep the goggles, but I'm turning in the snorkel. I'm not using that again. So later we went snorkeling in the coral reef. It was so shallow we didn't even need a snorkel, but yeah. It's like I did snorkel then, but I literally like collapsed onto the beach so exhausted over what just happened that I took a nap. Woke up to probably what was the same sea lion swimming with me, napping around me. But yeah, no. So I got rammed back to shore by a sea turtle while I was actively drowning. It was really cool, actually. Anyway.